There are 8 100-point Kentucky Derby preps, and last Saturday, the final 3 were run. While each race generated its own discussion, the most exciting in my opinion was the Bluegrass, as it gave us one of the strongest Derby contenders this year. Another day, another Derby profile. Today's episode is on Sierra Leone. Let's go! First up, the stats. 4 starts, 3 wins, and only 1 defeat, and it was a second place finish. And earnings of $918,000. For major races, after breaking his maiden, he has never left Graded Stakes company. And he is the leader on the Kentucky Derby winners leaderboard by points alone. His second in the Remsen Stakes got him 5 points, and his win in the Risen Star got him 50 points. And most impressively, his win in the Bluegrass got him 100 points. 155 points total. That's nothing to scoff at. For running style, in comparison to the last 2 horses we've talked about, he is not a stalker, but instead a closer. He likes to go wide into the top of the stretch to avoid trouble, but then he likes to cut diagonally across, lugging inward and getting closer towards the rail, usually with one horse to his inside, but he never runs in a straight line, which I'll talk about more later when we're talking about his weaknesses. But for now, let's talk about the strengths, because there's quite a few. First up, he has defeated multiple top Derby contenders. Resilience and Catching Freedom, after being beaten in the Risen Star Stakes, went on to win the Wood Memorial and the Louisiana Derby respectively, both 100-point Kentucky Derby preps. Sierra Leone has also closed off slow and fast paces. In the Risen Star Stakes, the first half mile was in 49 3/5 seconds, but in the Bluegrass Stakes, he closed off a half a mile fraction that was 46.5 seconds. More than 3 seconds difference. Completely different paces, but the same result. Sierra Leone came out the victor. He's also closed in the slop, which means that that's not going to be an issue. And he has also closed despite interference. He has never had a clean trip. He's always bumped into other horses and had something go wrong, but he always fixes himself and comes back and wins. But that also can be seen as a weakness, because Sierra Leone is a bit of a green horse. His lone defeat in the Remsen Stakes wasn't necessarily because he was a worse horse than Dornoch. What happened is that after he took the lead, he thought the job was done, and he stopped. And that's how he kind of runs, and why he needs to close. Because if he gets the lead too early, he thinks that he's already won the race and doesn't need to do anything else. This is a problem that famous racehorses such as Buckpasser also had, and was their ultimate weakness, and made them have to close in order to run to the best of their ability. Along with this, he doesn't run in a straight line. While he closes very impressively, he always cuts across and regularly gets into trouble. And the trouble isn't necessarily through traffic, it's his own doing. He makes the races harder on himself by constantly lugging inward and bumping into other horses. So, he makes his own job harder, which is a bit worrying, although it is still impressive how he's able to get out of his own trouble. Usually. Overall, I would say that Sierra Leone is definitely one of the most talented horses in this Derby field, but he still is green and has some stuff to figure out, which hopefully will be rectified by the Kentucky Derby, or at the very least, nullified a little bit. But that is going to be his biggest challenge. Can his own talent overcome his lack of experience? We'll find out on the first Saturday in May. For now, I will give him an A grade. Certainly a great horse that should be kept in mind, but there still are a few things that need to be figured out. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Derby Profile. If you want a horse to be covered, leave it in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time.